Introduction. Understanding subtle human behavior is like decoding a secret language, and when it comes to attraction, women often communicate more through small gestures than words. In this video, we uncover the hidden ways women greet a man they secretly like, revealing the psychology behind their smiles, body language, and tone. From the glances that linger a little longer to the warmth in their voice, these seemingly ordinary actions often carry a deeper meaning. Whether you're navigating dating, friendships, or simply trying to read the signs, recognizing these cues can give you insight into her true feelings without her ever saying them outright. Let's explore these subtle, yet powerful, signals through a Stoic lens, helping you understand attraction with clarity, confidence, and calm observation. 1. Warm smiles and eye contact. Warm smiles and meaningful eye contact are subtle yet incredibly powerful tools in human interaction that communicate trust, empathy, and confidence without a single word being spoken. A genuine smile has the ability to immediately make others feel comfortable, valued, and at ease, creating an atmosphere where communication flows naturally and connections deepen effortlessly. Unlike forced or polite smiles, a warm smile engages the eyes as much as the mouth, sending a signal of authenticity that others instinctively recognize. Eye contact, when used appropriately, complements this warmth by demonstrating attentiveness, respect, and presence, signaling that the person before you is truly being seen and heard. Together, these nonverbal cues can establish a foundation of rapport even in brief encounters, transforming casual interactions into meaningful exchanges. Importantly, mastering these skills requires both self-awareness and observation of others' reactions. A smile that does not reach the eyes or eye contact that feels invasive can have the opposite effect, creating discomfort rather than connection. In professional settings, a warm smile paired with steady, confident eye contact can enhance negotiations, interviews, and presentations, subtly conveying confidence, approachability, and credibility. Socially, these gestures can break barriers of shyness or awkwardness, helping forge friendships and deepen relationships, as people are naturally drawn to warmth and attentiveness. Cultural sensitivity is also key. Understanding how eye contact and smiles are interpreted in different cultures ensures that one's approach communicates openness rather than offense or insincerity. Beyond their impact on others, cultivating the habit of smiling genuinely and maintaining thoughtful eye contact positively affects one's own mindset, fostering empathy, emotional intelligence, and self-confidence. Over time, these behaviors become a feedback loop. The warmth projected outward encourages positive responses from others, which in turn reinforces a sense of connection and trust. Developing this skill involves practice, including consciously smiling more often in daily interactions, observing how others respond, and gradually increasing the duration and depth of eye contact in conversation. Importantly, authenticity must remain central. People intuitively detect insincerity, so every smile and glance should reflect genuine engagement when applied consistently. Warm smiles and eye contact not only improve communication but also build bridges across personal and professional boundaries, transforming interactions into opportunities for influence, understanding, and lasting bonds. Ultimately, the lesson lies in recognizing that these seemingly small gestures carry immense emotional weight, allowing individuals to convey kindness, confidence, and connection effortlessly, shaping the way they are perceived and remembered by everyone they meet. Subtle physical cues. Understanding subtle physical cues is a powerful tool in human interaction, often revealing thoughts and feelings that words cannot fully express. These cues, ranging from micro-expressions, posture shifts, and gestures to eye movements and tone of voice, act as unspoken signals that convey emotions, intentions, and reactions in ways that are often subconscious. For instance, someone who leans slightly forward during a conversation demonstrates engagement and interest, while crossed arms may signal defensiveness or discomfort, even if their words suggest agreement. Similarly, fleeting micro-expressions such as a brief frown or a quick smile can betray hidden emotions that the person is attempting to mask, giving a trained observer insight into their true state of mind. Eye contact, one of the most telling physical cues, provides a window into attention and honesty. Steady but not overly intense eye contact can communicate confidence and trustworthiness, whereas frequent glances away may indicate distraction, discomfort, or even deceit. Even the subtleties of hand movements, like a small touch to the face or neck, can indicate nervousness or uncertainty, while open, relaxed gestures typically convey openness and comfort. Beyond individual gestures, clusters of cues often provide the clearest insight. A single signal may be misleading or ambiguous, but multiple synchronized behaviors like leaning forward, maintaining eye contact, and mirroring your gestures reinforce a genuine emotional response. Importantly, recognizing these cues is not about becoming judgmental or overly analytical, but about cultivating awareness and empathy. allowing you to respond more appropriately to others' emotional states. For example, in professional settings, noticing when a colleague's body language suggests discomfort can prompt you to adjust your approach, ensuring better communication and collaboration. In personal relationships, understanding subtle physical cues can deepen emotional connections, as recognizing a partner's unspoken concerns or joy fosters empathy and mutual understanding. Developing sensitivity to these signals requires practice and patience. It involves observing without immediately reacting, looking for patterns rather than isolated gestures, and considering context, as cultural norms and personal habits heavily influence nonverbal behavior. By honing the ability to detect and interpret subtle physical cues, one can navigate social interactions with heightened emotional intelligence, responding not only to what is said but also to what is felt beneath the surface. Over time, this skill enhances interpersonal relationships, strengthens persuasion and influence, and improves conflict resolution by allowing more nuanced responses. In essence, subtle physical cues act as a silent language that, when carefully observed and understood, can reveal a wealth of information about human emotion and intention, offering a distinct advantage in communication, connection, and comprehension. In every sphere of life. 3. Playful or nervous behavior. Playful or nervous behavior is a subtle yet powerful window into a person's emotions, often revealing more than words can express. It manifests in gestures, tone, and microactions that hint at attraction, curiosity, or insecurity. Playful behavior is usually lighthearted, teasing, or joking, designed to create a sense of connection and comfort. It may include gentle teasing, playful banter, or exaggerated reactions that invite laughter and engagement. People often use playfulness to test boundaries, gauge interest, or build rapport. It is a sign of confidence when balanced, as it demonstrates the ability to be relaxed, spontaneous, and engaging in social interactions. Playfulness can create a magnetic energy that draws others in, making interactions feel enjoyable and dynamic, rather than stiff or formal. In romantic or social contexts, playful behavior can act as a subtle signal of attraction, indicating that someone is comfortable with the other person and is willing to invest energy in lighthearted interaction. On the other hand, nervous behavior, while often mistaken for shyness or lack of interest, can carry a similar message of engagement but in a more tentative or insecure way. Nervous habits such as fidgeting, avoiding eye contact, laughing nervously, or touching the face can signal heightened emotions, excitement, or uncertainty. Understanding the difference between playful and nervous behavior is crucial because the underlying intent is different. Playfulness is confident and deliberate, while nervousness is instinctive and reactive. Reading these cues accurately requires attention to context, consistency, and complementary signals. For instance, a person who fidgets while maintaining eye contact may be nervous but still engaged, whereas someone teasing with a confident smile is clearly playful and comfortable. Recognizing these behaviors allows one to respond appropriately, either by reciprocating playfulness to build rapport or by offering reassurance and patience to ease nervous tension. Both forms of behavior are deeply rooted in human psychology and serve evolutionary purposes. Playfulness fosters bonding, cooperation, and attraction, while nervousness signals caution and vulnerability, eliciting empathy and protection from others. Observing the frequency, intensity, and context of these behaviors provides valuable insight into a person's emotional state. Additionally, self-awareness of one's own playful or nervous tendencies can improve interpersonal effectiveness, helping individuals present themselves authentically and read others more accurately. In social, professional, or romantic interactions, being attuned to these subtle cues can dramatically improve communication, build trust, and enhance relational dynamics. Ultimately, playful and nervous behaviors are not just random actions but meaningful expressions of emotion and intention. Recognizing, interpreting, and responding to them with sensitivity and intelligence allows for deeper connection, stronger influence, and a richer understanding of human interaction. Developing this skill requires patience, observation, and practice, but mastering it equips a person to navigate relationships with confidence, empathy, and subtlety, making interactions more engaging, meaningful, and mutually enjoyable. 4. Focused attention. Focused attention is one of the most powerful skills a person can cultivate, yet it is often overlooked in today's world of constant distractions. At its core, focused attention is the ability to concentrate on a single task or objective without being derailed by interruptions, irrelevant thoughts, or environmental stimuli. Developing this skill requires conscious effort, discipline, and an understanding of how the mind works. When attention is scattered, productivity suffers, mistakes increase, and stress levels rise. But when attention is focused, clarity and efficiency naturally follow. Focused attention is not merely about working harder, it is about working smarter by directing mental energy toward what truly matters. One of the first steps to building this skill is identifying and minimizing distractions. In modern life, distractions are everywhere, from social media notifications to background noise, but learning to set boundaries, silence alerts, and create dedicated spaces for work or learning can significantly enhance one's ability to focus. Another essential component is mindfulness. By practicing mindfulness, a person trains the mind to remain anchored in the present moment, observing thoughts without letting them drift into unrelated worries or fantasies. Even brief periods of daily meditation can strengthen the neural pathways responsible for sustained attention, making it easier to maintain focus during critical tasks. Furthermore, breaking large tasks into smaller, manageable steps allows attention to remain sharp, as the mind can become overwhelmed or fatigued when attempting to process too much at once. Focused attention also thrives on clear goals and purpose. When a person understands the why behind their efforts, their motivation fuels their concentration, making it easier to resist temptations that would otherwise fragment their attention. Equally important is the strategic use of breaks. The brain is not designed to sustain uninterrupted focus indefinitely. Short intervals of rest, often referred to as the Pomodoro technique, can recharge cognitive resources and prevent mental burnout. Nutrition, sleep, and physical exercise also play a crucial role, as a well-rested and nourished brain naturally sustains attention more effectively. Developing focused attention is not an overnight process. It is a habit that grows stronger through consistent practice, patience, and self. The benefits, however, are transformative: enhanced learning, increased productivity, deeper creativity, and a greater sense of control over one's life. Ultimately, focused attention empowers individuals to fully engage with their work, relationships, and personal growth, creating a ripple effect of achievement and satisfaction. By consciously cultivating this skill, one not only improves performance but also cultivates mental clarity, emotional resilience, and a sense of mastery over the endless distractions that define modern life. Focused attention, when nurtured, becomes the foundation upon which all other skills and achievements are built. 5. Vocal tone and warmth. Vocal tone and warmth are among the most powerful tools for effective communication, yet they are often overlooked in favor of words alone. The way something is said can be far more influential than what is said, because tone carries emotional nuance, builds rapport, and establishes trust. Vocal tone refers to the quality, pitch, and modulation of your voice, while warmth describes the emotional resonance and friendliness conveyed through that tone. With together, they can transform simple communication into meaningful connection. A warm and controlled voice naturally invites listeners in, signaling empathy, confidence, and approachability. Conversely, a harsh, flat, or monotone voice can create distance, disinterest, or even unease, regardless of the content of the message. Developing vocal warmth begins with self-awareness, understanding your natural voice patterns, identifying areas of tension, and recognizing how your tone affects others. Simple adjustments, such as slowing down speech, softening consonants, and varying pitch, can make your voice feel more inviting and expressive. Warmth is also conveyed through subtle inflections, pauses, and emphasis, which highlight sincerity and intention. It is important to note that vocal tone is not about being artificially soothing or overly sentimental. Rather, it is about authenticity. People can instinctively detect when warmth is genuine versus forced, and authentic warmth builds credibility. In practical terms, using a warm vocal tone can enhance personal relationships, professional interactions, and public speaking. In everyday conversation, it helps to foster trust, encourage open dialogue, and prevent misunderstandings. In leadership or negotiation settings, vocal warmth can de-escalate tension, make instructions feel collaborative rather than authoritative, and inspire confidence. Moreover, vocal tone is intertwined with body language and facial expression. A warm smile, relaxed posture, and eye contact reinforce the emotional tone of your voice, creating a holistic impression of and empathy. Another crucial aspect is the adaptability of tone. Effective communicators adjust their vocal warmth based on context, audience, and emotional content. For instance, conveying compassion to someone in distress requires a softer, slower, and more empathetic tone, while motivating a team may benefit from an energetic, yet still warm, delivery. Finally, consistent practice is key. Listening to recordings of your own speech, receiving feedback, and consciously experimenting with modulation can significantly enhance your ability to communicate warmth through voice. Over time, cultivating a warm vocal tone becomes second nature, subtly influencing how people perceive, respond to, and remember you. Ultimately, mastering vocal tone and warmth is not just about speaking beautifully, it is about connecting meaningfully, inspiring trust, and leaving a lasting impression through the sound of your voice. In every interaction, the warmth in your tone can be the bridge that transforms ordinary words into memorable and impactful communication. 6. Initiates or mirrors greeting. Understanding human interaction begins with noticing the subtle cues in greetings, which can reveal a person's interest, comfort level, and social awareness. One of the clearest indicators of connection or attention is whether someone initiates a greeting or mirrors the way you greet them. Initiating a greeting, such as saying hello first, offering a smile, or using open body language, demonstrates confidence, attentiveness, and a willingness to engage. It shows that the person values the interaction enough to take the first step, breaking the social inertia that often keeps people distant. On the other hand, mirroring a greeting, where someone responds in a way that reflects your tone, energy, or body language, signals empathy and subconscious alignment. Humans naturally mirror behaviors when they feel rapport or admiration, often without realizing it, making this response a powerful indicator of comfort and attraction. Recognizing whether someone initiates or mirrors your greeting requires careful observation because context, personality, and mood can influence behavior. Some people are naturally reserved and may rarely initiate greetings, yet they still mirror others as a form of silent acknowledgement and connection. Conversely, habitual greeters may initiate with everyone, so it is essential to differentiate between generic politeness and targeted social interest. The timing, energy, and manner of a greeting carry nuanced meaning. A delayed or hesitant greeting may indicate uncertainty, while a warm, immediate response reflects genuine engagement. Beyond personal relationships, understanding this principle has practical applications in professional and social contexts. For instance, leaders who initiate greetings can foster inclusivity and approachability, while employees who mirror positive interactions can build trust and rapport with colleagues. In social dynamics, noticing whether someone mirrors your greeting can guide how you proceed in conversation. Mirroring suggests receptivity and may encourage deeper engagement, while lack of mirroring may indicate discomfort or disinterest. Additionally, initiating or mirroring greetings can serve as a form of nonverbal communication that sets the tone for the interaction. A cheerful initiation can create a positive emotional atmosphere, while subtle mirroring can reinforce connection and understanding. Developing the ability to discern these cues requires mindfulness, emotional intelligence, and practice, as the signals are often delicate and easily overlooked. By becoming attuned to who initiates or mirrors your greetings, you gain insight into the underlying dynamics of relationships, whether romantic, professional, or platonic. This knowledge empowers you to respond appropriately, reciprocate warmth, and nurture mutual respect. Ultimately, observing whether someone initiates or mirrors a greeting is not just about politeness, it is a window into their intentions, feelings, and social awareness. It teaches the value of proactive engagement, the subtle art of reflecting energy, and the profound impact small gestures have on building trust and connection. Recognizing these interactions enhances emotional intelligence, strengthens bonds, and provides a deeper understanding of human behavior in everyday life. 7. Microexpressions of joy. Microexpressions of joy are subtle, involuntary facial expressions that reveal genuine happiness or pleasure, even when a person is trying to conceal their emotions. Unlike overt expressions of joy, which are easy to detect, microexpressions occur in a fraction of a second and often go unnoticed by the untrained eye. These fleeting signs provide a window into a person's true emotional state, offering insights into authenticity, social dynamics, and emotional intelligence. The key features of joyful microexpressions include upward curving of the lips, slight wrinkling around the eyes, raised cheeks, and occasionally a brief sparkle or widening of the eyes. Often, the most telling indicator of genuine joy is the engagement of the orbicularis oculi muscles around the eyes, which creates what psychologists call crow's feet or genuine eye crinkles. This subtle eye involvement differentiates authentic joy from a polite or socially obligatory smile, which may only involve the movement of the mouth. Understanding microexpressions of joy is essential for enhancing interpersonal communication because they convey sincerity, warmth, and approachability. People who can accurately detect these microexpressions are often better at building trust, reading social cues, and responding empathetically, which can strengthen both personal and professional relationships. Additionally, recognizing joy in others helps foster positive environments, as emotional contagion, the phenomenon where one person's emotions can influence another's, often amplifies the impact of genuine happiness. In social interactions, microexpressions of joy can occur in response to small, seemingly insignificant events, such as receiving a compliment, sharing a joke, or experiencing a moment of connection. Despite their brevity, these expressions communicate a wealth of information, signaling approval, appreciation, or emotional alignment with others. Cultivating awareness of joyful microexpressions also enhances self-awareness, as individuals can learn to identify when they are authentically happy versus when they are masking emotions due to social norms or internal conflicts. Training in detecting microexpressions typically involves careful observation of subtle facial movements, repeated exposure to brief emotional expressions, and practice in distinguishing between genuine and posed reactions. This skill is invaluable in areas such as negotiation, counseling, teaching, and leadership, where understanding the unspoken emotions of others can guide more effective responses. Furthermore, recognizing micro-expressions of joy can help individuals respond in ways that reinforce positive experiences, such as reciprocating a smile, expressing verbal acknowledgement, or sharing in the celebratory moment. Over time, this heightened emotional sensitivity fosters deeper connections, mutual respect, and stronger bonds across various social contexts. Ultimately, the study of micro-expressions of joy underscores the profound truth that human communication, it extends far beyond words. By paying attention to these fleeting expressions, we gain access to the authentic emotions of those around us, allowing us to navigate relationships with greater empathy, awareness, and emotional intelligence. Joy, though often expressed in mere fractions of a second, leaves a lasting impact when recognized, validated, and mirrored, creating ripples of positivity that enrich both individual lives and collective social experiences. 8. Time and presence are two of the most underrated yet profoundly transformative forces in our lives, shaping not only our experiences but also the depth of our connections with others and ourselves. Many people rush through life, treating time as a commodity to be spent or wasted. Yet the real value of time lies not in the hours that pass but in how fully we inhabit each moment. Being present means anchoring ourselves in the now, observing life with attention and awareness rather than letting our minds drift to past regrets or future anxieties. It is in these moments of presence that we truly perceive the subtleties around us, the gentle expressions on a loved one's face, the quiet beauty of a morning sunrise, the texture of a fleeting emotion. Presence allows time to unfold meaningfully, rather than slip away unnoticed, transforming ordinary experiences into profound lessons. When we learn to honor both our time and our attention, we cultivate patience, empathy, and mindfulness, understanding that every interaction, every choice, and every thought carries weight. The discipline of being present also sharpens our ability to prioritize what truly matters, separating fleeting distractions from genuine opportunities for growth and connection. Moreover, time spent consciously present creates a ripple effect, improving relationships, decision-making, and overall well-being. In relationships, offering undivided presence communicates respect and care far more powerfully than words or gifts ever could. It signals that someone's existence matters deeply in this fleeting reality. Likewise, time invested in self and mindful action enriches our personal development, allowing us to confront fears, nurture talents, and recognize patterns that might otherwise remain hidden. Practicing presence is not always effortless, demands slowing down in a world that glorifies speed, resisting the pull of constant digital stimulation, and learning to embrace silence and stillness. Yet, with consistency, it reveals a paradox. The more present we are, the richer our experience of time becomes, and the less we feel its pressure or scarcity. In essence, mastering time and presence is not about controlling the clock, but about mastering awareness and intention. It is about stepping fully into each moment, whether it is mundane or extraordinary, and engaging with it wholeheartedly. By doing so, we cultivate a life that is not merely measured by years, minutes, or achievements, but by the quality of attention, the depth of relationships, and the authenticity of our experiences. In the end, time and presence are inseparable companions. Time provides the canvas, but presence paints the masterpiece. When we embrace both, life ceases to be a series of rushed episodes and becomes a coherent, vibrant journey where every moment holds potential for growth, connection, and meaning.